this so-called billionaire was just throwing people in prison. And when we got to prison, we found 9 people that had been put in prison by the same Ned Nwoko from his village. If you guys paid attention to it, there was a time Ned Nwoko also went and hijacked one lady's father. The lady was crying all over social media that Ned has ruined it. Ned has ruined a lot of lives using the police force.
Hello, my wonderful fans. Oh, we are on a day. Mona combo. Hey, hey. The table where all of us they manage for this social media, all the leg don't break. Hey, hey, hey. Our new president to be Sowore, he don't kukuma break all the legs of the table. He said this one he not go feel quiet for this one. Oh, Mona come see you. I go put the video for Mona listing. Sowore he don't scatter everywhere. Hey, hey, said Ned, na very, very wicked man. Woo! He said Ned deserve to go to Kirikiri. Oh, he deserve to go to house. I said my ear no will be hear this one. Make I bring on to you, my fans. My people. All the table legs don't break. Nobody get table for social media again. He don't pieces off.
God have mercy.
He don't break up, my brothers and sisters. Mona listen to Sowore. And another thing when I see for here. Now, Ned Nwoko, they run scatter for everywhere. Trying to bring evidence to online in-law, with the online in-laws to understand. I beg of my people. Mona follow me as Ned Nwoko. This girl, Regina Daniels. Ned married to Regina Daniels when Regina Daniels was just 17 years. A baby girl that is old enough to be, that is young enough to be her granddaughter. Okay, now, the girl he married at 17 years old. Where did Regina Daniels start doing all these things? These are the questions we're supposed to be asking Ned Nwoko. Where did Regina start doing all these things? Where were him when Regina Daniels start doing all this poly? Now so they fuck poly. Now so they smoke igbo. Now so they smoke this one. Now so they take this one. All different kind of drugs. Ned Nwoko name all. Abegsa, where did this girl start doing this? And where were you when Regina Daniels start doing all these things? If you cannot take care of your young wife, and you are alive, Ned, you are alive. Regina started, they do all these things. You were alive, and you were in that Nigeria with this young girl. Under your nose, Regina start drugging, he start bullying, he start doing different things that you are bringing evidence for. Where were you, sir? These are the questions we're supposed to be asking this man. Where were you when Regina Daniels start doing all these things? Where were you? It showed that you fail, sir. You fail. It showed that if they should put Nigeria in your hand tomorrow, we are not saving that Nigeria. If you cannot take care of your just one wife, only young wife, or the money you have them plenty, but this one that is under your nose, if you cannot take care of her, if you cannot direct her, you didn't build that very well. What is the guarantee of that senator that you are claiming you are doing? Why? Why are you a senator, sir? You showed that you failed. You showed that you were not able to take care of her. You showed that you never loved this young girl. You showed that you don't care. There is something fishing that we all need to ask you. Or do you kukuma use Regina? Because you can't claim, say, now so you wanted to take her to hospital. Now so you want a doctor reports. Now so this one evidence. You are trying to bring evidence. When you totally failed to take care of this girl. When you were alive, all these things were taking place under your roof. Under your nose. So now you want to bring evidence. Come out. Oh my goodness. The evidence is not counting. It's zero. It's nonsense. And now you are accusing the parent of Regina Daniels that now they bring the poly come for her. Now they don't want make it dey okay. Now they support am, they don't want make it go to the hospital. Sir, where are you? And what are you doing? Who do you tell? Who do you report to? Do you meet Regina father? Do you talk to Regina father? Please, sir, all these things are just lies to cover up your failure, to cover up your disgrace. You failed this young girl because you cannot marry her, the 17 years old girl, and she become a no. You hold explanation. You hold Regina Daniels. You hold Nigerians for you to explain yourself very well. You have not started explaining because those evidence is just bullshit. You are not ready to speak. Where were you when Regina the fact police, sir? Where were you? Ned Nwoko, where were you, sir? Under your roof, this girl the fact police. Where were you, sir? If we have to say the truth, my fans, Mona watch your video. Everywhere scatter. Mona watch video, my fans.
This so-called billionaire was just throwing people in prison. And when we got to prison, we found 9 people that had been put in prison by the same Ned Nwoko from his village. If you guys paid attention to it, there was a time Ned Nwoko also went and hijacked one lady's father. The lady was crying all over social media that Ned has ruined it. Ned has ruined a lot of lives using the police force. Anybody who is a public figure, who is in political office, our duty first and foremost is to hold them to account, no matter how powerful they are. We have found out also that he has done cross-border prostitution by bringing in underage girls from places like Morocco to Nigeria. These are international sex trafficking crimes. So his license is also our target, that he's not allowed to practice law both in Nigeria and the UK. You must understand that I'm not fighting for Regina Daniels. I'm fighting against abuse of office by a Nigerian senator who is colluding with the Nigeria police and who has had a history of using the police to oppress people. Right? Regina Daniels' issue came to my attention when her husband arrested a TikToker named Timothy Gabriel. His TikTok name is Tuma, because they claim that Tuma accused Regina Daniels of having kids that do not belong to this particular senator. The senator procured the Nigerian police, particularly the FCT command, got Tuma arrested and sent him to prison. They eventually brought Tuma to court after we protested, and Tuma was granted bail but could not meet his bail condition for 4 months. When he came out, he had been battered so bad, he was forced to apologize to Regina Daniels' husband, Senator Ned Nwoko. His real name is Chinedu Nwoko, but he abbreviated it to Ned. So when again Senator Ned Nwoko got Regina Daniels' brother arrested, apparently for cybercrime and defamation of character as they claim, I was contacted, not by their family. And when I was contacted, most people said, well, you don't have to fight for this guy because they had been fighting against you. And I said, no, it doesn't matter. I know Ned Nwoko. Ned Nwoko was the person I fought some 5 years back when he was prosecuting falsely and oppressively a lady known as Jaruma who used to sell aphrodisiacs on Instagram. So I heard about Jaruma, never met Jaruma before, but I felt it strange that this so-called billionaire was just throwing people in prison. In 2021, I was also arrested. That time not by Ned Nwoko, but I was arrested by the Nigerian police, accused of doing a protest on New Year's Eve. And when we got to prison, we found 9 people that had been put in prison by the same Ned Nwoko from his village, because they said when young people were fighting against him for stealing their land to set up what is now known as his sports university. We fought and helped these guys to get out. Later on, if you guys paid attention to it, there was a time Ned Nwoko also went and hijacked one lady's father. The lady was crying all over social media that Ned has ruined a lot of lives using the police force and using his power. And one thing people must know in Nigeria is that anybody who is a public figure, who is in political office, our duty first and foremost is to hold them to account, no matter how powerful they are. And when I heard that Ned had pounced on his in-laws, I immediately got involved in it. In fact, as at the time he arrested Regina's brother, I was declared wanted in Lagos for participating in the protest. So I had to run from Lagos to come to Abuja. And by the time I got to Abuja, we had already arranged a lawyer to fight for him. That is Samuel Ojogo, that's Regina's brother. And we were able to get him freed on Monday after spending about 3 nights in detention in an unjust and unlawful and illegal manner. So after freeing him, I discovered that Ned had other plans in place to arrest Regina's mom. He had intercepted Regina's phone calls and was going to use it against her. He was planning to reveal and release her private chats and private parts in the open. And as someone who is an advocate for respect for human rights and dignity, there's no way I can sit back, even when so many people will say, well, why would you care about a girl who was part of the oppressive system that you've been fighting against? Well, I don't care about Jews or Gentiles. I fight for human rights regardless of whether you support me or not. So your support or your love for me is not a condition for me to create a society that is just and fair. And I hate it. Everybody understands this. I hate it when people use their power, when they use illegally acquired wealth to punish people because they feel they can get away with it. So that was how we got into another issue. Found out that Ned married Regina Daniel underage. Now, you must understand that Nigeria is a signatory to a lot of international instruments that opposes sexual trafficking, all right, and messing with underage girls. You cannot marry an underage girl because there's a Child Rights Protection Act in this country that forbids, powerful people from using their position to marry, whether you are powerful or not. You don't have a right to marry somebody who has not reached the age of consent. Even when their parents say, come and take the person. You procure the passport, it's available, you can see it. Upon discovering that this might be a problem, because he's an international lawyer, he practices in the UK, where he's gotten involved in a lot of shady dealings, by the way, he went and helped her procure a voter's card. But her original international passport, with which Ned has traveled extensively with Regina Daniel, shows that at the time they married, she was 17 years old. He knew it, but he knew that an alibi would be needed in the future, so he went and collected from her a voter's card. But even Regina Daniel's parents and the handlers have told me that she never knew about that voter's card. So there's something still shady about it. But when it comes to public identity cards that are acceptable, the international passport is probably number one, because that one goes through a lot of scrutiny before you can get it. So to go and bring an INEC voter's card or driver's license to say anybody can procure that. I've seen people who cannot see who have driver's license in Nigeria. So it's nothing new. But it is impunity that we are against. It is a fraud, And I know that whenever this kind of things happen, people will say, you don't need to get him. It's wife and husband matter. Yes, it is wife and husband matter. But where there is no wife and there's no husband, then it becomes society's problem. And why I say there's no wife and there's no husband is that Ned also managed not to have formally married Regina because he knew that she was underage. That's why there's no court document that shows that they are married. If anyone exists, he probably also went and forged it. But on a larger corruption problem that is facing Nigeria, Ned is one of the most corrupt persons in this country. And I'm also an anti-corruption fighter. He's the one who, in conjunction with Malami and the rest of them, claim that they are refunding local government money to Nigeria. And Ned gets millions and millions of dollars in what they claim is legal consultancy to the federal government to help retrieve money that already exists that belongs to local governments. And that's how he's able to get away with all these crimes. We have found out also that he has done cross-border prostitution by bringing in underage girls from places like Morocco to Nigeria. These are international sex trafficking crimes. And we are saying Ned should be suspended immediately from the Senate. He should be arrested by, I won't say Nigeria police, it should be a crack team because the police is in his pocket. And his trial should commence. And also, we are going to start processing in the UK for Ned to be arrested and also extradited to the UK for crimes that he committed, including someone who is in the UK, who is a practicing lawyer in the UK, engaging in unethical practices. You are not allowed to do that. So his license is also our target, that he's not allowed to practice law both in Nigeria and the UK. I know that when you guys hear this, you may not understand. It's a fight that we must take to sanitize our country so that criminals like Ned will not be a senator in this country. And until Nigeria gets to that point, Nigeria is not going to get better. It doesn't matter how much they give you or they convince you that this is husband and wife matter. It doesn't matter how much you pay bloggers. We are always going to stand for what is just and what is right, and that's why I'm opposed to Ned Nwoko. Some of you may not have heard, but I will disclose, he also got me arrested in 2021 because I was fighting for Jaruma. And he was involved in another fraud because he has an NGO that he claims is eradicating mosquitoes in Nigeria. And what I used in puncturing his lie was that I said to him, you want to eradicate mosquitoes in Nigeria, but there are mosquitoes in your compound in Abuja. And I found out while I was doing that case with him that he has the media in his pocket. There's a lot of these media guys who are working for him. And also, Ned has got huge amount of support from the Nigeria police. They go to his house to eat every day, policemen in Nigeria. Shame, shame on our Nigeria police for having sold the police force for free.